Sorry for my visual absence as of late. I've been busy on this and a few other things have happened that have restricted my use of the computer. I'm not going to go into details. You people don't even need to know. Anyway, let's see. What's up? Oh, right. Stonedcommander has made a video called Athiest Questions, which is of a similar caliber to his videos Evolution Questions. And, well, I find it my duty to answer these questions, even though he himself admits that they are stupid. And I thought I'd do this as a thank you for the kind little private message he sent me, wherein he said, "Desert File is rule of logic and a liar," and then said, "You're a pretty girl, you should also have a pretty attitude." I'd like him to know I do have a pretty attitude. I just snap at people when they start denying reality and substituting their own bullshit.
Like your relatives, they still celebrate like Christmas and stuff, right? So let me ask you a question. On Christmas, do you accept gifts from your relatives?
Of course I do. Christmas is a holiday you celebrate not because it's Christmas, but because it's a holiday. I mean, you celebrate Halloween, no doubt, and Halloween has its origin in pagan festivals. Then again, Christmas does as well. The Catholic Church just took it, rebranded it, and said, "Oh, it's the birthday of Christ." No, it's not. It's not the birthday of Christ. He was said to be born in the spring by the Bible itself. They just chose it because it was a pagan holiday that they wanted to incorporate into their evil regime, as it were.
Do you partake of the Christmas meal? Do you sit down with your relatives? You know, and if they pray, do you join in, or do you just sit there, or do you leave the room? Like, how does that work?
The reason I don't eat the Christmas dinner, which I don't, is more of a reason along the lines of a vegetarian not wanting to eat ham than a atheist not wanting to celebrate Christmas. And I have actually said grace many times, and even when I was an atheist, for the very reason that if you're going to celebrate a holiday, you may as well follow the traditions. As it were, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
If you meet a girl or a boy and you like each other, go out a couple of times, and you really think this person's the one, would you break up with them if you found out they were religious?
No! Actually, I wouldn't, for two reasons. First of all, I'm not legally allowed to get married to anyone that I love in the United States of America. I'm working on it, though. Anyway, no, I wouldn't, because I don't care what anyone believes. I don't care what they hypothesize, theorize, think, feel, whatever. So long as their ideas aren't so blinding to them they can't see the reality of science, and so long as the ideas aren't so insane that they hurt other people mentally, physically, or emotionally, I'm fine with it. And in fact, one of the closest lovers I ever had happened to be a devout Christian. Sad fact is, it is this devotion to her faith, her usual propensity for listening to my idiotic ramblings, which sometimes come out to be really stupid, and mostly her father, that broke us up. And, well, faith, it seems, has a way of making idiots of all of us.
If somebody sneezes around you, do you ever get the urge to say, "God bless you"? Like, does that phrase ever come into your mind? That's, I'm just wondering.
I never say God bless you when someone sneezes. I say Gesundheit!
How do you feel about, like, in America, like, God is written on your money? Does that somehow trouble you?
Hey, you want to know something cool about money? It used to not say "In God We Trust," and "One Nation Under God" used not to be in the anthem, or pledge, whatever. No, these weren't. You want to know what it was? E pluribus unum, out of many, one. That is the national motto, not "In God We Trust." The Christians changed it because they're assholes who want to incorporate church and state, which goes against the very notion the founding fathers tried to found this country on. I'm betting Thomas Jefferson turned in his grave when "E pluribus unum" was changed on the coin. I'm pretty sure George Washington did too. You want to know why? The founding fathers were largely deists, the least devout form of theism. And they were largely Some of them were Christians, some of them were atheists, but they were mostly deists. But all of them, above all, were secularists. They wanted to create a nation that was free from religious whatever, free from religious discrimination. You can't do that if you don't have freedom from religion and freedom of religion. So think of it like this. What if the dollar bill said, "In Brahma we trust," or "In Ilun we trust," or "In Quetzalcoatl we trust"? Well, you'd be pretty pissed off. You'd be marching around saying, "Hey, whatever. You know what? We're doing it for the Muslims, for the pagans, for the whatever, for all the people of the world."
Dad, you have to go. You are forced to go by God's time. Oh, we're in 2008 AD.
2008 AD? What the hell is this guy talking about? Today is Friday, September 5th, in the 20th year of the reign of Lord Heisei. Oh, he means the Gregorian calendar. Right. Well, here's the thing about the Gregorian calendar. It was devised by monks. And you know what? Monks were the only people who in the olden days were actually allowed to learn anything. Everyone else just had to go and fuck themselves if they wanted to know something. Because that's the way the Catholic Church ran things. Sorry. So, the monks decided to make a calendar because, well, for two reasons. One, they were discovering that the Earth was a lot older than they originally thought, and they wanted to get a good time span of when it was, and they kept adding on years. And you know what? It would be a lot easier just to take one point and draw a line forward from it, and then draw another line backward from it. And they decided that the point for that should be the birth of Jesus Christ. The irony of this is that they got the date off by about 3 years. All the power to him for trying, but he failed epically. Anyway, the Gregorian calendar, you're right, it's going to be a little too hard to change, but we can change BCE from BC. In other words, before Christ to before the Common Era, which we've done. Because, quite frankly, once again, why rule out the Japanese calendar when you could instead just rule out the Gregorian one?
Like you just found out a friend or family got into a car wreck. Did the phrase, "Oh my God," ever come to mind?
It's a cultural meme, my friend. In other words, that means that it's something from the culture and we've been raised to say, "Oh my God." It's a reactionary thing. So yes, if I heard someone had gotten in a car accident, I would say, "Oh my God." I just would. And quite frankly, I see nothing wrong with that. It's the same as saying, "Oh my Zeus."
But for you to drag kids into this conversation, okay, it's appalling to me. Keep them out.
I find the indoctrination of children into any belief system, no matter how good or evil, absolutely disgusting. I think it's disturbing when you brainwash your children to make them believe as you do. Personally, I can never have children. I was born with Turner syndrome, so that's an unfixable thing. But the fact of the matter is, if I did ever have children, well, I would tell them this. I am an atheist. I do not believe in any God. You are free to believe in whatever God you want to believe in. I don't care. So long as you don't hurt other people with your belief in that God, I'm fine. That's all I'd say, and if that's indoctrination, if that's brainwashing, then goddamn it, so is making kids watch Sesame Street.
And say that the Big Bang Theory has nothing to do with evolution.
Can a Big Bang reproduce a variation based on environmental attrition? Can a Big Bang reproduce a variation? Can a Big Bang reproduce at all? No. Then by damn, it has nothing to do with the theory of evolution. All evolution talks about is how life diversifies. It doesn't talk about where life came from. It talks about how life diversifies. It doesn't talk about where the planets came from. It talks about how life diversifies. It doesn't talk about where the stars came from. It talks about how life diversifies. It doesn't talk about how the cosmos as we know it today came to be. It talks about how life diversifies. That's it. That's all. All of those things together were discovered by different people and all have their own theories, including planetary formation, solar formation, and the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory, of course, not being a theory as much as a fact because we can prove that the Big Bang is, in fact, still banging. Oof. If you want to attack evolution, please understand what it is you're talking about. When people say cosmic evolution, or at least astronomers, they are simply talking about evolution in the basic sense of change over time. Evolution, according to biology, is a change over time based on natural selection, the diversification of life. Everything else doesn't apply. Alright, that's about all I can say. Peace, love, and a little flowers.